Me and my PDHPE experiences. In my early years, I participated in community swimming, netball, tennis, horse riding, and dance. I was encouraged to do this by my mother, and my family were involved in this weekly. I chose to do these activities firstly because my parents enrolled me in them, as they did for my brother and sister, and I assume they chose these activities because they were the only ones on offer in the small rural town I grew up in. I was very pleased to participate in these sports because my older brother and sister both participated in them, and as I idolised them both, I was very excited to join in. Many of my friends played the same sports, and our close family friends all made them fun weekly activities. When I started secondary school, I played touch football and continued with horse riding and netball. I stopped swimming competitively and dancing at this stage. I continued playing netball because I really enjoyed it, and all my friends played, and I'd grown up playing this sport. I started playing touch football at this age because this was when Miss Stewart, my high school PDHPE teacher, moved to Dunedoo and introduced the sport to the town. Up until then, there were no touch competitions and it wasn't offered at school. Not only did she introduce it to the town, but because she was such an idol to younger people, everybody got involved and it became a popular thing to do. The other main contributing factor to my involvement in this sport was my older brother and sister, mainly my sister. They were both excellent touch football players, representing not only the school but the region, so I couldn't wait to play. When I was 15, I was successful in making the Western Area representative team. I also played in the Junior State Cup in Wollongong for both Mudgee and Dubbo. Not only did I play school touch, but I also played community touch in Dunedoo and in Coolah, as all my friends did, and we entered a team every year. After school, I continued to play touch for both Dunedoo and Dubbo. I also represented the CSU at uni games and I played country championships for Dubbo and Beresfield. I did this for 2 years and then last year I moved to the Northern Territory. During these first few years after school, I didn't play any other team or community sports, but my focus changed and I began being more aware of my self image, which led me to start doing personal improvement activities, including jogging, walking, going to the gym, and doing fitness classes. I started doing this because of my change of lifestyle from finishing school where I was socializing and drinking, and this had led me to put on weight, which I had never had to deal with before. In 2011, I decided to move to the Northern Territory for 12 months to have a break from uni and experience a different lifestyle. Obviously, on moving up there to a large 500,000 acre cattle station, I wasn't involved in any sports at all, so my physical activity came from my work, which involved long days and hard physical work. I was pleasantly surprised when this led me to lose 15 kilos unintentionally. On top of this, my other physical activities included fishing and horse riding, more in the form of leisure. I did this because the other workers on the station did both fishing and riding, also because there wasn't really anything else to do in my time off. My current attitude towards physical activity is that it is extremely important for all aspects of health: physical, social, mental, emotional, and spiritual, as highlighted in the K to 6 PDHPA syllabus. I'm aware of this now because of those few years when I didn't take such good care of my health and it substantially affected me. In hindsight, I wish I had have continued to be involved in team sports because I personally respond well to discipline and find it much easier to be physically active when playing team sports rather than individually motivating myself to be active. Now I try and be active as much as I can by walking with friends, going to the gym, and I have signed up for a touch football competition. I do not entirely regret those few years after school when I didn't take such great care of my health because it did give me great insight into how important health and physical activity are. I feel it will make me a better teacher because I really want to pass that knowledge on to others, especially in the primary years, as I feel people are more receptive at a younger age, and if they develop healthy eating and physical activity habits early, it will be easier for them to continue it throughout life. This idea of the importance of influencing children to have a lifelong commitment to valuing and leading a healthy lifestyle is also highlighted in the K to 6 PDHPE syllabus. The ideal PDHPE teacher would generally have an athletic body that appears healthy, not too thin or too overweight, as children emulate adults' activities and behaviours and they might not understand an overweight teacher educating them on health. The teacher needs to dress both professionally and athletically, and the ideal PDHPE teacher would be wearing joggers and have a whistle and a hat to promote sun safety, be wearing sunscreen, a collared shirt, and shorts or pants. The ideal PDHPE teacher would be assertive and confident to portray the idea that if you are happy with your body, then you are a confident person. They would be saying things like, that's okay, it's just fun, it's okay to lose, everyone should hop in and have a go. The skills that an ideal PDHPE teacher would portray would be at least an average ability to play sports and to demonstrate to children the correct techniques, along with good communication skills. They should also be very approachable to all students so that the students feel comfortable to talk to their teacher. Obviously, the knowledge they need to have is health and physical education information knowledge, and how that's important then to teach to children. So they'd need to have the knowledge to pass on their what they know onto the children. The activities and movements in the primary years that they would teach to children would basically be basic techniques and movements, with the difficulty increasing with age. For example, in the early years, they'd be exploring with movement and their bodies, whereas in the latter primary years, they'd be taught more choreographed and complex movements. The stereotypes that exist within PDHPE teachers are the soldier stereotype, that is tough and focused on winning and very disciplined. For example, they'd say things like get down and do 100 push-ups. There's also the sporty stereotype that PDHPE teachers are great at all sports and they're very fit. This could affect my self-worth, as it could make me a little less confident if I went in with all the students assuming that the PDHPE teacher must be fit and great at all sports, because I don't feel I am the best or the fittest. However, I don't think it would affect me that much, as I'm willing to have a go at anything, which could in turn benefit me as a teacher, showing the children that it is okay to not be the best at everything. I am similar to the ideal PDHPE teacher in that I enjoy physical activity and know a fair bit about it, and the skills I'm not so great at I'm willing to have a go at. I wouldn't say I'm overweight myself, which I think can also be a good thing when teaching children about the issue of obesity. I differ from that of the ideal PDHPE teacher, as I wouldn't classify myself as having the best health and fitness. I'm a relatively healthy person, although I still drink a little bit on weekends when I go out with friends, which is a little unhealthy. I also differ in that I'm not an extremely confident person, which I'm working on, and I believe that as I know more about teaching and my knowledge base is broadened, I will become a more confident person in terms of being a teacher. When rating myself, I would say I'm about the level I should be in terms of knowledge and understanding of the PDHPE curriculum. I still have a lot to learn, and I believe I need to build more confidence as a teacher, but with this course and being provided with the knowledge and many and varied teaching approaches I can take when teaching, I believe I can be successful in PDHPE in the K to 6 context. It is highlighted by Morgan and Burke 2008 that your own personal experiences from school can have a huge impact on your attitude towards the subject of PDHPE and the teaching of it. Luckily for me, I had an extremely positive experience at school, which has now led to me thoroughly enjoying the subject and being very excited about teaching PDHPE in the near future. I feel at times a little overwhelmed with the large amount of knowledge and content that has to be covered in terms of this subject. However, with hard work and determination, I feel I will become a lot more confident in teaching PDHPE in the K to 6 context. To be able to confidently teach PE, it is essential for the teacher to work closely with the families or caregivers and the child, and to be able to effectively do this, teachers need to fully understand child and family health. This is highlighted by Matthews 2004. It is important for teachers to have an understanding of the health promoting programs that exist for young people, for example, the Slip, Slop, Slap and No Hat, No Play campaigns that encourage healthy lifestyle choices for young people. This is also highlighted by Matthews 2004. It is also imperative to know the importance of early teaching of physical skills to develop confidence and self-esteem in young children. At the same time, we should know that all students are different. They learn at different rates and their physical skills are many and varied. So we as teachers should provide opportunities to meet the different needs, interests and skill levels of all students. This idea is highlighted by the Board of Studies New South Wales 2007. I believe that the role of PDHPE in student learning is to pass on to students the knowledge that health doesn't refer to just the physical, it has 5 dimensions including social, emotional, physical, mental and spiritual. The role of PDHPE involves providing children with information that will lead to them making healthy life choices. It also encourages student participation, involvement and empowerment, as well as creating a safe and healthy environment for students. The reason for this is because it is extremely important for children in their younger years to be educated on health and well-being, as well as being encouraged to be physically active so that they can grow into adults that can make healthy life choices and be physically active in the future. This idea is also highlighted by Davis and Cook 2007.